up, you guys? Welcome back. Today we're gonna be doing a get ready with me. I already did my skincare, so my hair's just like sticking to my face now. I'm going to be using the products from my everyday makeup drawer. We're gonna be getting ready. I'm going to do kind of a mini tutorial on that glitter cut crease that I had in my last Shop My Stash video because I had a request to kind of show you guys how I did that. So we're gonna be doing that today. We're going to be getting ready using products from my current everyday makeup drawer, my current Shop My Stash, and yeah, we're gonna jump into it. I'm going to obviously primer and foundation. I'm gonna use the Tarte Quench Hydrating Primer. I did do a big declutter on my face products and I got rid of a ton of primers and foundations because I literally had so many and I could not for the life of me tell you why I had so many. But I did a big declutter on all of those and I got rid of a ton for me. It's not like a cutthroat declutter, don't get super excited. But the first video is coming. I think the first one is actually the face makeup. But I got rid of a lot, including some stuff that was in the Shit That Don't Fit project. Now that project's gonna have to be updated, but that's okay. I feel good. I feel lighter. I feel more airy, you know? I really do like this primer. It's literally like rubbing water on your face. A total gel consistency, but it's great. For foundation, I'm gonna use the IT Cosmetics Bye Bye Foundation Full Cover Moisturizer. This is in Fair. This is also part of the Shit That Don't Fit that I'm trying to use it up. I love these. They're my holy grail foundations. But I've had it for a while, you know, because it was one of those things that I was like holding on to and I was like, oh, I can never use this. I'll save it for special occasions. Well, now here we are. It's gonna go bad. Like, why do we do this? I genuinely don't understand why. I mean, like, I get it because I do it too, but like realistically speaking, it makes absolutely no sense. Oh my god, I got so much. That was like 3 pumps. Like, I feel like I normally need more than that. What is happening? And also, I'm doing my face before I do my eyes this time, which I don't normally do, but we're doing it today because the eyes are gonna be pretty simple. For concealer, this is the Milani Conceal and Perfect Longwear Concealer in Nude Ivory. This is gonna be in the description box down below. I put this all over my face. Why? I have lots of things I need to conceal. I do really like this concealer though. It works really well. It's like a full coverage concealer, but I feel like it does add a little bit of that brightness that I like to have without appearing like too cakey. Do you know what I mean? You guys are gonna get so many thoughts on these products, I swear. I'm debating starting to do more videos like this where I do my makeup using the products that are in my everyday makeup drawer. Really quick, I'm gonna use the Kosas 8th Muse Color and Light Cream. You guys, I'm gonna stop what I was talking about for just a second to talk about this, because I really like to build it up like clown-like because it blends out into the prettiest shade. And this is able to, like, you can have a little bit more control with it. And then the highlight is a little bit more difficult to blend up, but like it looks ridiculous as you put it on. This is definitely one of those trust the process moments, but it looks so pretty when you blend it out and then like finish up your look. And then I literally like blend it out together. I love this. I'm really starting to get into more cream products. I'm also considering doing a full face of cream makeup because I'm not like the target audience for that, and I always thought that would be pretty interesting just to see, you know, if I could get more on board or what like a normal powder wearer's thoughts would be on a full face of cream makeup. Okay, but doesn't that look so pretty? It's still a little bit harsh. I know, you gotta trust the process, okay? I'm gonna use the Smashbox Photo Finish Fresh Setting Powder in shade 1 to set everything with. What was I even saying? I'm thinking about doing videos like this more often, where I use products that are in my everyday makeup drawer. And then just kind of tell you guys my thoughts, you know, see how creative we can get with those products. I don't know, I always watch like, you know, Shop My Stash videos and what's in my everyday makeup drawer videos. And for whatever reason, like I like those videos, but I always want a little bit more, right? Like I always want to see them use the products that they picked out. I want to see how they all look together, right? Because the whole point of shopping your stash is trying to find new products, trying to make sure that you're using your collection, trying different things together. And that's why I do shop my stashes, because I want to make sure I'm using everything. I want to make sure that I'm using different things together to like find different combinations, and I feel like sharing that with you guys might be helpful. Like, I don't know exactly how helpful though, because who's to say you guys have the same stuff that I do, but I've always been curious like why more people don't do like get ready with me using, you know, my everyday makeup drawer, using what I shop my stash for. because I really like to see how those things play together, you know? I really like to see how they work. Okay, so now I'm gonna use the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Bronzer in Nude Bronze Light. So if you're interested in more of these videos, you know, if you wanna see the different combos I do, I don't know, let me know in the comments. Now this is such a light bronzer that I'm going to kind of pack it on in the like contourish areas. I'm gonna end up blending it out, and this blends out so easily. But I'm always curious, like, you know, how people are using the products together, what looks they're doing with those particular products, you know, if they don't like something, have they found a better way to use it? Like, what do you really think? And I feel like it's, like, I always like watching people put on makeup. That's one of my big things. Which is surprising because I don't do like a whole lot of get ready with me videos, but I always really like when people talk about, when people put on makeup on camera and then like talk about what they're putting on and their thoughts on it and everything. And I personally much like it when it's older products, because then there's like a better chance that I have it, you know? I don't know, just a thought. So let me know if you guys want to see stuff like that, or if there's like different types of content you'd like me to talk about during Get Ready with Me's, or just whatever content you guys are missing from my channel, let me know down below. This is the Becca Mineral Blush in Songbird. It's so pretty. It's super like stark though. I don't even know how to describe it appropriately. Like, I get the smallest amount of my blush on my brush and it's super stark. It's super pigmented. It's everything. So I normally do this. Well, normally for the last week I do this, and then I take my powder brush and I kind of blend on the cheekbones, like on the apples of my cheeks, and then I sweep it. I do that until it's less in your face, clown-like. I don't know. I like heavy blush though. See, and then it blends into this beautiful flush that kind of drapes across, and I love it. I need to blend out my nose a little bit more though. For highlight, the Josie Maran Argan Enlightenment Illuminizing Veil. I don't even think this is available anymore. I honestly don't remember. I did my links for the Shop My Stash and I can't remember if this is like one of the things that wasn't available any longer, but it's one of my favorites because it's so light. And so I really like just building it up, because even built up it's not like super dark, but it's just so pretty. So face makeup, I love this. I really do like this look, honestly. This is like, obviously with the exception of the foundation and primer, which I've been switching out, this is pretty much how my base has looked, how my face makeup has looked for the last couple of weeks. And you guys, it's so simple, but I really like it. I like how everything kind of goes together. I like the shadowing. I like it. Now we're gonna work on brows. I have the Brow Bar by Reema. This is in medium, cute little palette. I've talked about this before. Came in a boxy charm. I actually really like it. So what I've been doing is taking the little pencil that comes inside of it and using that to kind of underline my brows. And then I use a little spoolie to brush them out. And then I'm gonna use a little brush that comes inside. And I personally mix the darker and the lighter powder shade. I think that closely matches my brows, like as close as possible, because the two shades by themselves don't match it the greatest. And then I just fill them in. And this is the style of brow that I like. I know it's not a whole lot of people like it. This is what I personally prefer though. If you don't like it, that's cool. Do your brows however you want to do your brows. And then I'm going to use the spoolie to kind of fluff them up a little bit and blend it in a little bit. Okay, now normally I would use the concealer in here to carve out my brows, but the concealer in here is like super dark for my skin tone, so I'm not going to do that. I'm going to move straight into eyeshadow primer. We're just not going to carve out our brows today. It's just so dark, and I normally end up blending it like into my foundation and concealer, but because that's already done and set, can't really do that today. I'm using the NYX Proof It Waterproof Eyeshadow Primer. I don't know, you guys. It's so thin. And here's the thing. I feel like it doesn't do anything, but my eyeshadow always looks great at the end of the day. So I'm pretty sure that's all in my head, and I just don't like it because of how thin it is, even though, like, I'm pretty sure it's working. I don't know. I don't know. I'm so torn on this. Like, I really am. But I'm just gonna blend that in, kind of pat it into my eyelids, try to blend it out so it's not like super meh. Okay, so in my last Shop My Stash video, I had this like berry toned glitter cut crease look that I did, and I had a request to do a tutorial on that. So I'm gonna kind of show you guys today how I did that. But I'm gonna use one of my palettes from this Shop My Stash round. This is the Too Faced Born This Way, the Natural Nudes. Honestly, this look is so easy. You can do it with literally any color combination you want to. I'm just gonna show you kind of how I did the groundwork. It's super easy. It's a really easy look. So the first thing I'm gonna do, so you don't need this palette whatsoever. Like, you can literally use anything you've got. The one that I did originally was more of a berry tone look. This time, I'm going to kind of do that berry tone, but it's gonna be more of like a neutral-ish rose tone instead of like the dark berries. The first thing I'm going to do though is I'm going to take Swan in this palette, which is just a skin tone neutral shade, and I'm going to use that to set my eyeshadow primer. I'm going to do that on both eyes, just set it. And again, you can use any neutral skin tone shade. You can use regular powder. You don't even have to set your eyeshadow primer. I like to, just because I feel like it gives me a nice base. Okay, and now next, this is a cut crease. So you've got a couple of different ways you can do this. You can do a naturally traditional cut crease, obviously. It's relatively easy. You just carve out where you want the cut crease to go with concealer. I actually found these. I found these on Etsy. These are the Crown Noire Cosmetics Queen of the Cut Crease. It's self-adhesive cut crease stencils. This is what I used that day, so I'm going to use them today. That day was actually the first time I'd ever used them, and I was like trying them out, but they're actually pretty cool. So you take them, you've got the stencil, kind of just put it into the eye socket like that. Now obviously you don't need these. This is just what I happened to try. I was trying these out that day, and I will say they're pretty cool. I actually really like them. Cut creases, I have the worst time getting cut creases even on both eyes because my eye shapes are slightly different, and this helps so much. Okay, so now I'm going to go back to the Too Faced palette, and for this particular look, I think I'm going to go with the Warm Rose. So I'm going to get that on my brush, and then I'm going to put that kind of over the stencil. I don't want it to go really high over the stencil though, so I'm going to try to be careful, and then I'm going to try to blend it down a little bit, kind of blend it into the outer corner. Then I'm going to take this Truffle shade right here. That's the darker shade. It's like the darkest shade in this palette. I'm going to take a little teensy little bit, and I'm going to kind of put that in the outer corner just to set the stage. Now I'm going to remove the stencils. I'm going to take this Truffle shade, and I'm going to kind of blend it. This is the part that like takes the longest for me, is blending the outer corner. Just because you have to try to make sure it doesn't go like everywhere. And I personally do find it's a little bit easier to blend this before you do like the actual cut crease, but it does provide its own set of difficulties as well. So now I'm going to take my concealer. This is still that Milani. I'm going to get some on a concealer brush, and then I'm going to put the concealer right where that line is, and then just carefully take it over. And you literally need the smallest amount of concealer to do this. I literally just take the concealer tube out, kind of scrape it across the edge, and then drag my brush across it, and that is way more concealer than you actually need. So now I'm going to do it to the other side. Now I'm going to look at both of them and make sure they are for the most part even. And I took this up a little bit higher than I normally would because I'm going to do the glitter when I'm done. So that is something to consider. If your plan is to do a glitter cut crease, you want to make sure that you've got the space for it. So I wouldn't normally take it up this high, but in this particular case, I had to. Okay, so now I'm going to go back into my palette, and I'm going to get my eyelid shade, my base shade. And I'm going to use this Petal shade right here, which is like a really pale pink. Again though, I mean, this would work for any color scheme you want, but I'm going to just put that all over the concealer on my lid. Now in a cut crease, it's not meant to be blended, like that's the whole point, is it's gonna be a sharp line, but in this particular type of cut crease, if you're going for a glitter one, I don't know if you guys can see, but there's like a little rim of concealer left in, like on my eye, and that's going to be where the glitter goes. So normally it would take a little bit longer because you would obviously want to make sure that all of the concealer is covered. In this particular situation, you really don't have to do that, which I prefer. because that takes forever. And then I am going to kind of blend it out here at the edges a little bit, but again, not as much as I normally would. For glitter, I'm going to use the Colourpop Glitterally Obsessed in Bring the Heat. You can use any glitter you want. I had considered using a Stila one. I just couldn't find the right shade. So I'm going to go ahead and use this little guy. He's gold, he's pretty, it's beautiful. And I'm going to take some of that on a brush. Now the type of brush that you use is going to be the most important factor here, because obviously if you are going for more of a condensed line, you're going to want a much smaller, more detail oriented brush. I want a thicker line, so I'm going to go for, this is actually a concealer brush from Sonia Kashuk. And I'm just going to take that glitter and literally apply it to that line of concealer I have and just kind of drag it down. And then you can make this glitter as thick or as thin as you want to. As you can tell today, I have chosen to go very thick, but that's okay. Now I'm going to do eyeliner, so I'm going to use the Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On Eye Pencil in Black Market and the Araceli Perfectos Liquid Eyeliner in Night. This Urban Decay one, you guys, these liners are seriously my holy grail liners. I love them so much. I cannot talk while I put liner on my waterline. It requires too much concentration so I don't poke myself in the eye. Okay, and then liquid liner, I'll be right back. Okay, so now is actually when I normally do setting spray. This is the Scandinavia Makeup Finishing Spray in Bridal, and this will keep everything set. Glitter, everything, you guys. I'm using the Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On Eye Pencil, or Glide On Lip Pencil in Naked 2. This is what I'm using for lip liner. I feel like I do my makeup in such a weird order now, just because this is kind of the habit that I've gotten into. Like, I normally do half of my eyes, then my face, then the other half of my eyes, then my lips, then mascara. I don't know why. Now, the really shitty part about all of this is all of my lip products for this week are actually buried under declutter piles. So right now, I'm just using random lip products that I find until I can find the ones that were in my everyday makeup drawer. Okay, so this is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Liquid Lipstick in Bohemian. This is what I'm going to use today. Luckily, the lip liner that I picked out is pretty neutral, so it'll work with almost anything. This is so dark. This look is giving me fall vibes. Why? Why does this keep happening to me? Okay, now I'm going to use mascara. This is the Ciate London Triple Shot Mascara. It's okay. I mean, it's not the greatest mascara ever, but it's also not the worst. Now, in the look that I did in the Shop My Stash video, I was actually wearing falsies, and normally in an effort to recreate that, I would go ahead and put on falsies, but you guys, if you've been watching me for a while, you know my struggle with false eyelashes and my undying hatred for them. That was the first time in a very long time that I have been able to successfully put them on, so I'm not going to tempt fate today and ruin it, you know? So we're just gonna stick with good old-fashioned mascara today, and I hope that'll be good enough. This is a good mascara. I mean, I don't know. It's okay. I'm not rushing out to buy it again. There's a lot of other ones that I like better, but that's not to say that this one is bad. It's just not, I'm not like in love with it though, you know what I mean? Like, I'll use it, I like it, but like, I can easily live without it. Alright, you guys, that is the makeup look. My head really hurts and I don't know why, so I'm gonna take this down. It's probably because of that, to be honest with you. I already straightened my hair actually. I'm just going for a straight look today, and my day today is literally going to consist of cleaning up the laundry room and the loft and putting away my kids' clothes and doing the dishes, which is another reason why I don't really want to do a whole false lashes look. This is, I think, glam enough for some housework. I actually do really like how this came out though, and again, this is one of the reasons why I like seeing what people do when they end up doing Shop My Stashes or like everyday makeup drawers, and how they use those products, you know, and what they kind of create out of those products. Now, I did bring obviously the glitter in, and then this is not a lip color that I had chosen for this week, but certain exceptions had to be made because of outside influences today, okay? But thank you guys so much for joining me. Let me know down below in the comments what you think about this look. Let me know if you like the glitter cut creases. I really hope this was helpful and informative to you. And also, like I said in the beginning, let me know down below if you'd like me to do more Get Ready With Me's using my Shop My Stash products or my everyday makeup drawer products. And thank you guys so much for joining me today. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Make sure you hit the bigger subscribe button below me if you'd like to see more of me. And I'll catch y'all next time. Have a great one.